Okay. Let's see how we're doing here. Okay. Testing, testing. Aha! We have sound. That's good. All right. Now let me get on here and do a few shares, and then we'll start the show at 8 o'clock. All right. Share now to my page. And we switch back to showing. A couple little things I got to do here to set everything up. You know what I wish? I wish I could share this to multiple pages at once instead of having to do it in the way that I'm doing it now. So Facebook, if you're listening, I know you are. Maybe you could do something like that. Okay. Did we get everybody? One more check here. Did I share to Jack Shaddy? I better get him. I better get him. Okay. Move this over. We'll start to look at that. 7:59. I'll tell you what, it's like clockwork. Getting good. Only been doing this now for over 3 years. There we go. Diana says, hi, Tom. Tom, you on here? Hello. Hello, you and Diana. Okay. Almost time to begin. Make a few notes here. Almost time. Almost time. 8 o'clock. All right. It's time to begin. Here we go. Okay. Hey everybody, this is Bryan Hogue. Welcome to another week of the Chiller Night Live pre-show, where from 8 p.m. Eastern Time until a few minutes shy of 9 p.m. I'll be your host. I'll be chatting with you. You'll be chatting with me and each other, and we'll just be talking about anything horror, science fiction, paranormal related, or pretty much, to be honest, anything you want to throw my way. And I do appreciate that. Appreciate you guys being here tonight and joining me. And we'll obviously, one of the reasons we're here is to discuss the upcoming Chiller Night programming on Stream TV that begins at 9 p.m. tonight and runs off and on until 3:30 in the morning. All right, so John says it's Christmas in July, and here's one gift that you don't have to return. It's time for Chiller Night Pre-Show with Bryan Hogue. This is Crozak the Grand. Now here's Bryan. Thank you very much, Crozak the Grand. Ghoul World Order. Happy Saturday, Buzzkiller. Or happy Saturday to you as well. Ava says, hi, everybody. Brad says, this is a Chiller Night Pre-Show with Bryan Hogue, starring Bryan Hogue. Now here's Bryan. What's on tonight, Bryan? All right, you guys want to know what's on tonight? I will tell you. By golly. Gold World Order says, no, no, it's Halloween in July. All right, so here we are. Here we are. Tonight, look at that, right out the gate, throwing us up here. Tonight's programming on Stream TV at streammedia.tv. We got a new episode tonight at Kill Baby Kill. That's going to be the 9 o'clock movie. And 11 p.m., Chiller Chat, I guess it's Bryan Hogue. Now, I have something to say about that. That one, it was from back in March. Okay, March of this year, of course. And I've got more to mention about Bryan Hogue. It's coming up. I'll go through the schedule and then we'll talk about that. 11:30, Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Grave of the Vampire. The 1:30 a.m. Chiller Chat will be with Samantha Diener. She, of course, plays Elvon Knock. And 2 a.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is The Killer Shrews. Okay, there you go. There you go. And again, you know what I didn't do? I didn't put up, I was about to say, go to streammedia.tv, but it wasn't there. It wasn't there. All right, so let me throw these guys back up so I can. All right, there we go. That looks better. That looks more like our typical Saturday night arrangement there. Camera set up a little different, but we'll get it back to normal here. Okay. Go to streammedia.tv. If you're new, just jumping on board and you don't know where the heck to find this programming, it's at streammedia.tv. Go there at 9 o'clock. Maybe, might be a couple, within 1 or 2 minutes late. But that's okay. It is coming on 9 o'clock, streammedia.tv. You can watch the programming by just simply watching it streamed on that site. So that's coming up. And Dave Davis, hey, DJ Dave, hey, he says, hey, thanks for joining us. Tom says, good evening all. Hey Tom, thanks for joining us. Brad says, who watched the Olympics opening ceremony last night? Who's watching the Olympics? Go Team USA. I've not watched any of the Olympics, I gotta say. I don't know if anyone else has. I don't know. But once again, I want to thank Vicelli's Pizza in Butler, Pennsylvania, David Long, or if any of your crew is watching. I always want to thank you guys for the ongoing support you've given the Chiller Night Theater and the Harrisville Haunted House. So thank you very much. Penn Gold Ice Cream, the ice cream shop in Harrisville, Pennsylvania. So thank you for all your support for the Harrisville Haunted House, which is coming up very, very soon as far as me hands-on construction. And another one of the sponsors for the Harrisville Haunted House is Gluten Free by D&D. So that's a local establishment here in Vermont, Pennsylvania. And then of course, I guess I can reach all the way over here. Chop Block TV, check them out. And of course, Gross Fest, our friends at Gross Fest. So, and they will be having. Let me move you over here a little bit, Bubba. They'll be having Gross Fest 3, I'm guessing. I don't know. I kind of lost track. I think it's supposed to be 3. They had to miss 2 years, unfortunately. But that will be coming up in 2022. All right. So that is scheduled to happen. And let's see. Jason says another excellent installment. And excited to see the new show. Well, thank you very much. And tonight, I told you guys last week, I'll be showing some bloopers from the taping of that episode. So we'll have that on here tonight. And Brad says, have you tried those Smith's hot dogs yet, Brian? No, I haven't. I haven't seen them anywhere. But if I do see them, I'll be sure to give them a try. So, all right. I wanted to mention this. Let me throw this information up. Paranormal Marketplace. That's going to be on Sunday, August 1st. And that's going to be at the center stage. You can see the address there, 1495 Old Broadhead Road in Monaca, Pennsylvania. And that will be coming up very, very soon. That's next weekend. It's next weekend. Can you believe that? It's on a Sunday. And it's free to attend. Free to attend. So come on out. I'll be there. Ava will be there. We'll have our own table there. And come on out and check out come visit us at our table and go check out the other vendors who will be at this event. It says from vendors of everything paranormal. So if you like that stuff, Bigfoot to ghosts to UFOs and aliens, New Age, psychic mediums, tarot readers, authors, investigative and research groups, dogs and cats living together, and much, much more. I had to throw that in from Ghostbusters. I don't know. Sponsored by Aurora Paranormal Services and Center for Unexplained Events. So there you have it, Paranormal Marketplace. And don't forget the date, Sunday, August 1st. So if you live in that area, relatively, more or less, I hope you get a chance to stop in and, come up and visit Ava and I, if nothing else. So, but hopefully you get a chance, just walk around and see what the other vendors have to share. We're not going to have much, to be honest. I'll have my Spirit of Halloween books. I guess if I'm going to be selling them, I might as well. Where are they? Maybe I won't. Yeah, here, I know I have one here. Okay, the Spirit of Halloween. The tale of Jack Shadow and some kids who things don't quite go right when they're. Wait a minute, look at that. I can put that up. Okay. It's coming up on Halloween, and if you're looking for something to read, well, this is the perfect novelette right there for young readers or readers of any age, to be honest with you. 5 young teenagers head out together for a night of trick-or-treating, but lose themselves in a dimension of horror. Now they race against the clock to save their souls from the Spirit of Halloween himself, Jack Shadow. So, all right, so there you have it. Check it out if you're there. Pick up a copy of Spirit of Halloween. We'll also have pictures there for us to sign. It's going to be Ava and myself. And we won't be dressed up as characters for Chiller Night Theater, but we will be ourselves, and I'll be playing Bryan Hogue, the host of Chiller Chat. So speaking of Chiller Chat, boom, I will be having a live Chiller Chat this coming Tuesday, and Brian Seach, who's going to be the guest for tonight, he's going to be coming on Chiller Chat this coming Tuesday, and he'll be talking about the paranormal marketplace, but he's also going to be talking about a recent investigation that they did in Venango County, Pennsylvania, which is my old stomping ground. It's where Stream TV's studio is located in that county, just north of us here in Butler County. So, want to have him on the show Tuesday night. So we will be having a Chiller Chat. I've not been able to really keep up with those, but we are going to have one this coming Tuesday. Let's see, Ghoul World Order, Gross Fest 3, The Revenge of the Gross. How do you like that title? I like that. I would expect nothing less. Glam says, evening all, and hooray for Gross Fest 2022. Tom says, Glammy is with us. Glam says, Tom, Diana, Ghoul World. Lasercorn says, hey peeps, reporting live from Lebrano Park at Medlar Field in University Park, PA. I wish you all a good evening. Well, thanks for joining us tonight. John says, good evening, everyone. I bid you welcome. I like saying it like that. All right, well, thanks, John, for joining us. Glam says, hey, Lasercorn, howdy, John. Some salutations exchanged back and forth. Brad says, if you can't find Smith's in Harrisville, try grocery stores in either Oil City or Titusville. You more likely will find them in the Erie area. Okay, I'll check that out. I never think of that, but I mean, maybe if I'm in that section, I happen to see those, that'll jog my memory. So, all right, appreciate that. Daniel says, hey, I just saw a UFO. Yeah, I know, that little bar. He's gonna, yeah, he comes a little close, I'll tell you. I don't like that. I risk my life every week coming out here. Keith says, can't wait for the, but for Gross Fest or for Paranormal Marketplace, either way, if you see us there, come on up and say hi, Keith. And anybody else who's planning to come, Diana says, hi, Glenn. Ghoul World Order. It's welcome, not welcome. That's true. I got to sink my teeth into those W's, as Indiana Jones would say. Tom Paisley says, Gross Fest 3. This time it's interpersonal. Yes. I hope you guys, those who live, I guess, down around Pittsburgh, Washington County, Pennsylvania, um, make your way to Gross Fest. It is a lot of fun. Lots of vendors set up. Don't know how that's going to be. Keith says all of it. All right, cool. um, I don't know. It was just such a good time last time we were there in 2019. I can't believe it's been that long. That's right, because I posted something on my Facebook page about us setting up for Gross Fest, and that was July 24th. No, not 24th. 22nd of 2019. That's how quick time goes. And speaking of how quick time goes, um, yeah, it'll be next week, next Sunday. Don't forget about Paranormal Warehouse. Love to see you guys. If you get a chance, stop in and say hi to Ava and I. We'll be at our table, and also don't forget Tuesday night, this coming Tuesday, a live chiller chat, just like we were doing quite a bit for the first several months, 3 or 4 months there in of this year, and so we'll be on again Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, just like we're doing here now. So Brian Seach, he's been on the show before. He and his wife Terry. Terry might be joining him too. Hope she does. They do. They're involved in a lot of investigations. Like Bigfoot, UFO, anything like paranormal. They're called they're kind of the Mulder and Scully of Beaver County. I think I'm getting that county right. So check them out. I hope you get a chance to stop on in Tuesday night and watch the show. And then that show will be featured next week as as a new feature episode on Stream TV. So there you go. There you go. That's the plan. That's the plan. Wouldn't want to change it. Couldn't even if I tried. Let's see. Schedule. We already went over the schedule. Brian Seach, new Chiller Chat coming up. New? Did someone say new? Well, new episode of Chiller Night Theater tonight. Yeah. Brand new episode. Kill Baby Kill. Movie by Mario Bava, starring Giacomo Russell Stewart, who some of you might not recognize the name necessarily, but if you like old Vincent Price movies, maybe you'll remember him in one of the most notable Vincent Price movies, The Last Man on Earth. He was, I think he played, I'm trying to think of this character's name, Roger, the other doctor, the assistant doctor, his brother-in-law. So once you see him, I think you'll recognize him. So he's actually a pretty famous Italian actor back in the day. So Clam Fang says, it was a toasty hot day for Gross Fest 2019. Kudos to Jack for getting through that day. Yes, yeah, that was something. Yeah, I remember seeing you there, and I appreciate you stopping in and meeting us officially, physically, so that's cool. I do appreciate that. And we'll be back. We'll be back. But I did tell those guys, I said, you know what I would like to do? What I like to do is spend half the day as Brian, dressed as Brian, disguised as Bryan Hogue, and the other half of the day as Jack Shadow. That way I'm not in full costume and makeup and all that stuff for all that time. I can do it. I prefer not to, So, yeah, it was very, very, very hot in there, but a lot of fun nonetheless. But TJ Emanuel says, hello, Chiller Night crew. Bonehead is taking a massive dose of Valium, so he won't be a bad numbskull this evening. Just numb, but not numb-like. Maybe, kind of. Massive dose of Valium. Will you be careful? All right, well, I don't know what to say to that, but thanks for joining us nonetheless. All right. Well, I hope you're doing all right. Hey, I don't like the to really cross over the line and intrude on anybody's personal lives or anything like that. But I gotta ask, has anybody heard from PK Lynch, Paul Lynch? He was a regular on here for quite a while. He used to call me even throughout the week, video chat me or just call me on the phone. And I haven't heard from him. So if anybody's heard from him, again, I don't like to impose myself. But if anybody's at least heard from him, let me know. I've wrote to him. I've tried to reach out to him and contact him to say, hey, you okay? I mean, if you don't want to, just tired, you want to do something else on Saturday nights rather than do this, that's cool. But I just wanted to make sure he was okay. I haven't heard from him, so I was a little concerned. I've been thinking about that quite a bit. So Al says, hi, everyone. Hey, Al, thanks for joining us. Glam says, it was great meeting you, Ava and Sam. Also super to have met Diana. Everyone was wonderful. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if David was around when, I know David would kind of make his rounds, but we, as far as I know, well, the next time we all go there, I know we'll be with David and Diana, like our tables will be next to each other like we did before. Tom says, "What's that logo under pen gold in the bottom left corner?" That is gluten free by D&D. That one right there. And I wish they had a logo that was a little more standoutish. That stood out a lot better than what that's a very. But that's what they gave me, and I don't know. It's hard to see, isn't it? I know it's hard to see, but that's that's what I got. That's what I got to work with here. So, gluten free by D&D. All right, there you have it. Your logo's been questioned, been inquired about. So, I don't know. Maybe make something with a little more pop to it, color wise, if you can. So. But yeah, that's that one there. I'll tell you what, if you are watching, and if you're not, maybe I'll recommend this to you. If you want to, I don't know if you're interested, but I know a graphic artist who does great work, and he's working on my haunted house poster. He's worked on a lot of my haunted house posters in the past, as well as my DCW logo. And the Chiller Night logo right up here. And he's done a lot of work for me over the years. Very, very good artist. His name is Rick Whitlow. And maybe I'll put you in touch. Something to think about. But anyways, Cassandra says, hi, Al. And that's right, Al's here. All right, TJ says, after last week's performance by Bonehead, it's better for him to be numb. He's less annoying that way. Jeez. Brad says, isn't that Oil Heritage Festival and Parade coming up, Brian? It's today. It was today. Yeah. And believe it or not, remember I was talking about doing the live show? That would have been today. And I don't know how I would have pulled that off. Quite frankly, I really don't. I don't know how I would have done that. There's a lot of, because you're working now with there's more people involved. When I'm by myself, that's easy. But when there's more people and you're coordinating events, especially one that includes an audience, now you've got more people involved. And I honestly, with what we have going on here, or at our house, I just wouldn't have had time. And I recognized that a few weeks ago. So that's why I pulled the plug on it. And I just thought that was the best decision to make. I do want to do a live show, but I'll tell you what, here's another thing. I would like to do it once the Roku channel's back up. I want to get more viewers. So as many as I can get for that occasion. Right now, the Roku channel is not back up, so although it would have been cool, it's still nice to have the website up, the stream media or the streammedia.tv. But I would love to have that Roku channel up. If I'm going to do something like that, so we'll just have to wait and see. Have to see how that goes. Brad says, it's okay, Brian, I understand. What about us? About us not doing the live show? Yeah, yeah. If that's what you mean, because that would have been a lot to it. But if I've said this many times. I love doing live shows, and I would love the experience of doing that from the TV studio, having it live, having an audience there. I can't wait to do it. I just knew that as more and more started kind of piling up, that I knew it wasn't going to be a good practical time or realistic time for us to tackle that. So I put it on the burner, the back burner, not too far back, hopefully. Although I gotta say, coming up on the haunted house construction that will begin on August 9th, once that starts, you know, I can do very little else. This show will always continue. I will have the Saturday night chiller night live pre-shows. Other than that, though, as far as that's why I was trying to get a few new episodes out, of Chiller Night Theater. And then we'll have the new Chiller Chat next week. But then after that, it's about the Harrisville Haunted House. I'll be over there, very, very, very busy. I have some really neat ideas, in my opinion. They're very neat ideas. Very neat ideas. I'm looking for this to be the best haunt that I've had in quite a while. Quite honestly, I'm looking to blow the other 2 years away. I'm really looking to knock this one out of the park. If things go the way I'm planning, it will. So let's see. Brad says, especially with that pandemic Delta variant, especially. What about the live show? I wouldn't have worried about that. I wouldn't have worried about that. Move these down a little bit. Let's see. Okay. My OCD's kicking in, so I had to arrange those accordingly. Al says, Brian, did you start setting up the haunted house yet? No, nope, not yet. Not yet. That will begin on Monday, August 9th. The reason I picked August 9th, now I usually try to get in there the first weekend of August at least. I say usually. I've only done this twice so far at this particular venue. Because anything later than that is really pushing. It's really pushing for me to get done in time, because there's so much for me to do. I'm going from a completely empty space and building everything. I got to construct everything, get it working, and then. Of course, we have the event, and then after that, tear everything down and put it back. But in order for me to be up and ready for opening night, it's just me really, really hitting it hard for about eight good weeks of me just nonstop working. So, Brad says, at Harrisville. I'm not sure, Brad, what I'm missing here at Harrisville. All right, I'm sorry, Brad. I'm missing something here. But Joe Expo, not UFO again, had to cross town to get here this evening. What I missed? Wow. I'll tell you, it's almost 8:30, so I'll put the schedule back up. How's that? All right, the schedule is tonight at 9. We got a brand new episode, Jack Shadow, and Or the Witches in this episode. Chiller Night Theater, the movie is Kill Baby Kill. That's at 9 p.m., so less than an hour to go. Little over 30 minutes, can you believe it? 11 p.m., Chiller Chat. My guest is Brian Seach. That was from March of just a few months ago. So, and 11:30, Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Grave of the Vampire. 1:30 a.m., Chiller Chat. My guest is Samantha Diener. 2 a.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is The Killer Shrews. Okay, now I'll let you know too, Joe Expo, if you want to see a brand new episode, 9 o'clock at streammedia.tv. You gotta go to streammedia.tv. Check it out. It's on Stream TV's website, and there's a section there. You can go watch the programming and streaming beginning at 9 o'clock. So, Bryan Seach, I mentioned Bryan Seach will be my guest here tonight at 9 o'clock. Don't forget, Tuesday night, Joe, you just jumped on here, but Tuesday night we'll have a live chiller chat, and Bryan will be my guest there as well. We're going to be talking about the paranormal marketplace, as well as one of Bryan and his wife Terry's very recent investigation that they had in Venango County, Pennsylvania, which is just a county north of us. In fact, it's the county where the Stream TV studios are. But we are going to be, Ava and I are going to be at the Paranormal Marketplace August 1st. That's next weekend, August 1st. So it's on a Sunday. And that's going to be in Monaca, Pennsylvania. So you can check that out. You go to my, if you didn't get all that information, just go to Bryan Hogue's, or even Chiller Night Theater's, should be on this Facebook page if you're on Facebook, because I shared that information on the page. So, Paranormal Marketplace. There you go. Let's see. All right, Joe's giving me a smile. All right. Brad says, a more permanent haunted house sounds so nice and more easier in Harrisville right now. Agree, Bryan? It does. Oh boy, it does. Yeah. The steps to get to that though are a little tricky sometimes, but we're working on it. We're looking into it. Kind of got a lot of things that we're juggling here. But that is my ultimate goal, is to have a building for the haunted attraction. And then, a little bit more down the road, maybe, if that goes well enough, I would love to have an additional building put up just for DCW. And I'd like to bring that back, Dark Horse Championship Wrestling. If you guys know, obviously, I know Brad knows the show. It was a weekly professional wrestling show. I own Dark Horse Championship Wrestling, and it played every Sunday on WSEE and Erie, and I don't know, it was pretty cool. Can't wait to do it again. Hopefully I get to do it again. But first and foremost, Chiller Night Theater, the Haunted House Chiller Chat, that type of thing. I'm I guess most immersed in. I can't even think about DCW right now, although I do. But Glam Fang says, "Hi, Joe Expo." Joe Expo says, "Glam, you're a beautiful spider, if you don't mind me saying." Brad's with his DCW chant there and WICU. That's it. I was thinking, you know why I said WSEE? Because WSEE, WICU, and WJET are all Lily Broadcasting. It's all the same. It's all out of the same TV station. So that's what I knew when I said it that didn't sound right. But yeah, it was WICU. It's all Lily Broadcasting. It's all in the same building. It's all the same NBC affiliate station. So Carrie says, "I'm in Cleveland again, trying to find the Indians." What? Where'd they go? Isn't that something? Carrie. But anyway. Yeah. But anyways, yeah. Hey, at least I was partially correct in that, because the DCW has actually appeared on WSEE and on WJET. It's actually appeared on all three of those channels, but the main one it was on was WICU. I drew a blank there because I haven't really thought about that for a while. Brad says, "Instead, you'll find the Guardians instead." Yes, LOL. Carrie says, "Don't know about any haunted houses up here." where's here? What state are you in? What state are you in? I don't know. But Northwest Pennsylvania, I can tell you where one will be this October. By golly. Okay, now I told you guys that we're having a brand new episode tonight of Chiller Night Theater. Okay, Kill Baby Kills the movie. Now there is a when you watch the live shows, the Jack Shadow Friday Night Frights, when those were on, you know, boy, I got to give it to Jack Shadow because it was all one take. It was a one and done. There were no second takes. That doesn't always go that way though when you're pre-taping it. There's a little less of an edge on the actors to get that right. Although we try, but there's something almost. There's just something better about a live show. Although I don't know, Ava might disagree and Samantha might. I don't know. When we try to do one in front of a live audience, television audience, and live audience. But I'm going to show you some bloopers, some little outtakes. It's only about 2 minutes long, but it's of a particular scene that we were shooting, and I don't know. I think you'll like it. It's all raw footage. There's only a little bit of a transition that I included for the sake of tonight's presentation here for the bloopers. But hope you enjoy it. It'll kind of demonstrate, that kind of the behind the scenes stuff, and hope you like it. But here we go. Bloopers that I guess you only see one place, and that's right here. So here we go. Well, should have listened to the witch.
Well, that was a very wise decision. You always listen to the witch.
Yes, advice that's very near and dear to my heart.
Hey, Jack, speaking of your heart, I noticed that Ruth prepares the dead with the coin in the money spell.
Oh, does she now? Well, should have listened to the witch.
That's a very wise decision. You always listen to the witch.
Yes, advice that's very near and dear to my heart.
Hey, Jack, speaking of your heart, I noticed that Ruth used the coin to prepare the afterlife in the heart spell.
Yeah. Yeah, something.
We went out of focus.
Uh-oh. Probably because I leaned down. Okay. You don't have to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's something. Well, should have listened to the witch.
That's a very wise decision, because you always listen to the witch.
Yes, advice is very near and dear to my heart.
Hey, Jack, speaking of your heart, I noticed that Ruth prepares the dead with the coin in the heart spell.
Yes, that's right, that's right. It said that only with money in the heart can one who meets a violent death ever rest in peace. How about you?
Okay, that was good.
Yeah. Okay. There you have it. There you have it. A little behind the scenes stuff. Joe Expo says, Jack Shadow. Joe says, how come all these emojis suck? Where are the pumpkins and spiders? I don't know. And tombstones. They're not there either. And how come you don't talk like Jack all the time? Well, I don't know about those first ones. I can't answer that one. But as to why I don't talk like Jack all the time is it's not easy on my throat to do that voice. I remember, oh my gosh, the haunted house really takes it out of me because I'm repeating several minutes of dialogue over and over and over and over again. And Honestly, like after 2007's haunted house, I actually had to go see a doctor about my throat. It was tearing it up so bad, and so sometimes this really happened. I've done I've done my first scene for Chiller Night Theater, for example, and I don't know, like I wonder like how I'm going to get through the rest of it, you know. And I've done that with the haunted house too, like the first couple groups that come through, I'm like, so then I have to alter it just a little bit instead of more of that you know gravely raspiness, you know. I have to tone it back a little bit, you know, and go up a little. There's a little, if I go up a how do I how best to explain this? If I'm doing the regular voice, I'm okay. If I go the gravely, the raspiness, that starts to hurt. Then I got to take it up a little bit, so Jack's talking in a little higher tone, and then I'm okay. I'm okay, but I don't know. That's that's the answer. But I don't do the voice out of costume. I don't really do that voice out of costume. And I don't know. Maybe it's a showman in me. It's just like I'll do little things like that, I suppose, because that's a rarity to see Jack Shadow using a different voice other than his own. So. But anyways, Glam says, that was great. Glad you guys had fun with it. Cheers. Well done. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Brad says, it's cool how Ava appears up like that. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Watch the episode tonight because that when that segment does come up, you'll see that was just very basic raw footage stuff, and I just added a transition in there for these bloopers here tonight. There's actually a quite a neat looking effect when she's materializing in the room with using her witch magic. So you know, with certain sound effects and visual effects. So Diana says, love it. Thank you. Tom says, Elvira May says, take care of your voice. Well, thank you, Elvira May. I do try. It's most of the time it's okay, but you know, there were times, because honestly, like when I first started doing the character back in 2006, first couple years it was strictly a haunted house character. I didn't start doing this show or the show with him as a host until 2008. Now, in those first 2 years, especially the first year, I had no idea that this was going to be a character that I would ever in my life dress up and play again. It was only to be in this haunted house, and it was last minute because the actor who was supposed to play that character bailed out like 10 days before the haunted house. And I was like, oh no, that's a big deal. You know, that was the not the main scare. I mean, the other characters in the haunted house were really what was going to be, you know, pummeling the audience with fright. Jack was more the showman, the carnival barker type of, you know, step right on up, folks. You know, you're about to see the greatest show on earth. That type of thing, you know. So he was the window dressing in a way, and so it was very important that that character really shined. And so I had a very short amount of time to put that character together and to come up with a voice that I thought kind of fit that character. And with the dialogue that I had at the time, the dialogue at that time was actually over 3 minutes long, and interacting with the people and all this and that, and then I kind of usher them into the horrors beyond. So, but I had no idea at that time. I had no idea that this would be a reoccurring character that I would ever play again. But then maybe kind of halfway through, even before halfway through that year, my 2006 season, I recognized that the character was a hit, and some of it was, you know, I put a lot of the acting and stuff like that into it. But even more than that, I had people going through, because the actors would say to me afterwards, everyone wants to know who plays that character, and I thought, that's kind of a neat idea. Let's just let's be secretive about it. Let's make that a mystery. So at the time we had MySpace. Remember MySpace? We had an account set up where we had all kinds of people asking who played that character. I kept that secret for like the first 7 years. Um, and it was just fun. It was just a fun, really fun thing to do. I had a couple reporters even ask me. One reporter from Erie even asked me, and I said, wanted to interview, you know, Jack Shadow, the actor who played it, but who plays him? I said, oh, that's Jack Shadow. I can't. Oh, yeah, but who plays him? I can't disclose that information. That's a secret. She said, well, I can't do the interview then. I said, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your interest in it, but I'll have to decline. I mean, that's how secretive I was about it. But I've said this before to her credit, and I appreciate it. She actually wrote about the haunted house, so that was a neat little plug that we got. But I don't know. It's a lot of fun for me, but the showman within me takes that part of it, that aspect of it, very serious. You know, that's same way with Dark Horse Championship Wrestling. If I get asked the question, um, "Is wrestling real?" you know, I I'm the man behind the curtain. I'm not gonna, I suppose, to put it in one way, I'll give you the answer that you would expect from a wrestling promoter, a wrestling organization owner. Um, so I just um, Joe Expo X Joe Expo, if I'm saying that right. Yay! Stay great. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Joe says, "How long does it take you to get in costume?" That is it depends. I've said before, sometimes it doesn't take that long. However, that's if I already have the eyes and the makeup on. Then if I have to, like, Clark running into the telephone booth, what are those? If you remember way back, if you had to do something quick, like, I mean, and I've had to do this because of the haunted house. Like, everybody's getting ready. I'm going, making my rounds, make sure all the rooms are set up right. All the actors got what they need, uh, you know, and we've got people lined up all down the hall, or we've got a ton of people out there ready to come in, and I'm not in costume yet. However, I always make sure I get those eyes and the makeup on, and then I can go run and throw everything on comfortably. I mean, realistically, I could say from A to Z, probably about half an hour. Half an hour. If I already have that stuff in, which takes a good amount of time, I could do it within probably 10 minutes if I already have that stuff on. It's not an easy, and it is kind of, it's a labor of love, I'll tell you that, because it's not something that I can just throw a mask on and throw a jacket on and do it. There's a lot of prep time involved in putting that costume on, and so, like I said, it's a labor of love. I rarely, to answer your question, yeah, it can take any time between that time frame that I've mentioned. So, um, Brad says, "Never know that Jack Shadow character can change your life forever." Yeah, yeah, in a way, huh? I guess so. He's been around with me for quite a while, since at least 2006. So, October 2006, coming up on. I was gonna say 14 years. That's how long I've met Ava. Coming up on 15 years of that character, I believe. If my Cranberry High School math skills are correct. Um, yeah, this October. So that was, but it's a lot of fun doing that character. To me, that character is. I wanted a character. I could have got I guess a scarecrow or a jack o' lantern type looking thing, something to Halloweenish in a way. But to me, that character, I wanted that character to um, in my head, to exemplify everything that I love about Halloween. And so I try to capture that, and I try, you know, he's kind of very grandiose, you know, at least in the haunted house. I mean, to some extent on the show, but in the haunted house, you get a different version of Jack. Now he's becoming, over the last handful of years or so, you know, kind of really amalgamated that haunted house Jack with the show Jack, you know. And there are times when uh, you know, he's the haunted house Jack, but the other Jack will kind of, you know, slip in there, you know, intentionally, because I know if people are watching the show, they kind of expect now that Jack Shadow too. So I like to do a balance. He's not just the, you know, just a creepy character like he started out being. Um, he is a blend of both, because I recognize that both, you know, people who watch the show, they want to see that Jack Shadow too. So there you have it. Tony, hey Tony, hey, thanks for joining us tonight, Tony Cott. So Brad says 15 years, the Jack Shadow character. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. Started that character in the first haunted house I did back in 2006, the House of Terror in Cooperstown, Pennsylvania. And then the very next year is when I met Ava. I had two haunted houses running in 2007. The very next year, I still kept my House of Terror running in Cooperstown, and then I had that's when I started up with a haunted house called the Dark Domain, and up until probably a week before opening night, I was going to be back at the Cooperstown one in the House of Terror. But I thought, no, I gotta have that character in the Oil City one to promote this new one that I'm trying to launch. So that's why I made that change, and I'll forever be glad that I did, because that's when I met Ava, and we've been an item ever since. So so things worked out great, very very great, and now we're still at it. So I'll be having the Harrisville Haunted House here coming up. I know that's a simple name for it, but like I've shared before, that's very intentional. Where and what? Because I was starting up a brand new haunt at a brand new venue, and I didn't want people, okay, Dark Domain, what's that? Or you know, Frightmare Castle or something, you know, what is that exactly? And sometimes you have to exactly show people what it is, because I've learned this over the years of promoting not only haunted houses and the shows I do, and with wrestling, being a promoter for wrestling, you can show people and you can tell people 20 times what something is, and they still might not. And this isn't a knock against people. People got, they have hundreds of other things that they're thinking about all day long, every minute of all day long. For you to get your item, your little event, or your little character, or your little show, for you to get that planted in their head, you've got to really hit it home. And that's probably where I fall short at times right now, just because I don't have the time I wish I had to maybe effectively or more effectively promote this stuff. So, um, but as of last year, we had a great. Well, actually, the last two seasons we had a very good season for the haunted house. So I'm very excited about this year. Brad says Jack Shadow's haunted house at Chillerfest. Yeah, the haunted house. Yeah, as long as you have haunted house in there somewhere. And but you know, like people now they don't, you know, is that a what is that? Is that an escape room? Is that, you know? But when you put haunted house like you just did, there's a haunted house. You know, that tells everybody exactly what it is. There's no guessing. They know exactly what that is, so I'll have that, and maybe down the road I would change the name, particularly if I got a new building, or I might just keep it that. It doesn't really matter. The name necessarily isn't the big appeal. Um, so, and a lot of times, I'll tell you this. Um, as a long-time haunted house owner, I will tell you this. A lot of times people don't even remember the name. They just know it's a haunted house in this location. We go to it every year. There have been people who were regulars out at all the haunted houses that I've had, and they still didn't know the name. They didn't know the name. They didn't know Jack Shadow's name. They didn't know the name of the haunted house. They knew it was a haunted house, and they knew the skeleton guy. So I like to keep things simple. Again, that's not a knock on, that's not low-hanging fruit type of talk. That's not that at all. uh, that's all of it. If it's not my event, I have to be reminded of it like 20 times. That's what I'm saying is people got enough stuff on their mind. They got real life things to deal with, and you're throwing in a recreational fun event like that. You have to keep at it, that to be successful. So that's my little little bit on that. Um, Ghoul World Order said that's a great Bela Lugosi shirt you're wearing. Ah, thank you. Thank you. Yes, I have a plethora of monsters on this shirt. Yeah. Yeah, Bella's really standing tall, isn't he? And then I have a Frankenstein one where it's just I I think it's that picture right there, but it's the whole shirt. So I need more of these. I need more of these. Um, but wow, 8:53. Can you believe it? I find it hard to believe sometimes that I'm sitting here and the hour goes so quick. The hour goes absolutely so quick. I would like to remind you of this though. Paranormal Marketplace. We'll be talking about that this Tuesday. We are having a live chiller chat at Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, same time as you're watching this program right now. Tuesday night, I'm going to be talking with Bryan Seach. We're going to be talking about not only the Paranormal Marketplace, which I'm pushing and promoting as much as I can here with these guys, because I will be there, Ava will be there. We'll have a table set up, as well as many other vendors with with items, like it says right there, everything paranormal, from Bigfoot to ghosts and all kinds of stuff. So um, I wanted to remind you of that. That's in Sunday, August 1st. That's going to be 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Center Stage in Monaca, Pennsylvania. Again, if you want more information about that, check out the Chiller Night Theater Facebook page. And yeah, I was thinking I could even put that on the Chiller Night Theater, my website, chillernighttheater.com. I'll put something up there on the website as well. Might not be tonight, might be tomorrow. But if you're on Facebook, just look, because we have YouTube viewers as well. But if you're on Facebook, go to Bryan Hogue's Facebook page or the Chiller Night Theater or even Chiller Chat. I've shared that information there as well. Joe Expo says, great show tonight. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Hopefully, here in just a few minutes, you'll get to check out a new episode, our newest episode. I'll throw that schedule up once again. Let's see. 9 o'clock in just a few minutes. A brand new episode of Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Kill Baby Kill. 11 p.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Bryan Seach. That was a live show that we did back in March. Don't forget, join us this coming Tuesday at 8 p.m. for a live chiller chat with my guest Bryan Seach and possibly his wife Terry. She might be joining us as well. 11:30 p.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Grave of the Vampire. And then at 1:30 a.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Samantha Diener. She plays on the show as Elle Von Nark. 2 a.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is The Killer Shrews. There you have it. That is the Chiller Night schedule tonight on Stream TV. Streammedia.tv, streammedia.tv. So there you have it. Brett says 5 minutes until Chiller Night Theater. Get your whatever you have that streams Stream TV. That's right. That's right. Get your favorite device. I almost said Roku device. We can't do that right now, can we, though? But yeah, check it out. New episode. John says, you have been watching Chiller Night Live pre-show. This is Crozak the Grand, reminding you only 60 plus days until Halloween. And support your local events. Stay chilled and keep thrilled. Thank you very much. How many days? How many days until Halloween? 99 days until then. Oh, I had the silent mode, so it went ring during the show. 99 days until Halloween. How many days until October 1st? 69 days until then. That's when I opened the Harrisville Haunted House. So I don't have a lot of time. But anyways, Al says, good night, everyone. Brian gives a thumbs up. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Al. Thank you, John and Crozak the Grand and Tom and Glam and Diana and David and all of you out there. Brad and Tony, if you're still with us. Joe Expo. And just everybody, Al. And we still have, who took the Xanax? What we still have them. Or whatever you're taking. Cassandra says, good night all. All right. John says, until next Saturday night. There you go. All right. All right, everyone's saying good night. All right, so thank you. Join us Tuesday night at 8 p.m. So be there. If you happen to miss that, I hope you don't. But if you do, we'll see you next week. So have a good night. Have a good chill night. See you next Saturday.